Hello. Welcome to the Sean Show. Episode 44. Episode 44. A little bit's happened since I was live or did the show. We had the Super Bowl. The Eagles dominated that game. And we just had a NBA All-Star Weekend. There was that big Luka and AD trade in the NBA. ALGS had their championship. A lot has happened. A lot has happened. Apologies for not being back. But yeah, it's life gets in the way sometimes, and we're trying to refocus and readjust. So with all of that, let's get to the agenda today. It's going to be a short one. As you can see, it's the end of the Sean Show. Keen eyes, we'll see. But yeah, that's I guess the final announcement. So this is the end of the Sean Show, season 1. It's been fun. It's been fun. We brought some news. I got to learn a lot. We did some nice slides. The graphics team they just kind of hit their stride towards the end of the show. But yeah, we'll just have a chill one today. I've just got a little bit of news, as you can see, that I want to go over from the NFL. So let's actually start with that, since it's the next thing on the agenda. So what am I talking about? Start with. Please, guys, if you have been following along with the show, give the show a like, drop me a comment. If you're watching right now, hit the subscribe button. Go check out my previous video on the head coaching situation and the head coaching hires and the team situations they're going into. Go check it out. It's very informative. You'll learn a lot. You will learn quite a bit. I worked on those slides a bit. The graphics team did. What am I talking about? But yeah, this that last video kind of runs into the first piece of news that we have. And that is that Kellen Moore has accepted the New Orleans Saints job. Go back and watch that previous video that I'm talking about the head coaching situation. You will see what kind of situation Kellen Moore is going into. $54 million over the cap. He's going to have to work around that. He's got a GM who has not won a Super Bowl and an owner that also owns the Pelicans. Now go back, watch that. You'll see what situation he's going into. I honestly don't think it's a good place to start your head coaching career. You do have Derek Carr set. You've got an all right roster, but again, that $54 million over the cap doesn't bode very well. Doesn't bode very well for you when you want to try and build a team, build a culture. So I believe Kellen Moore did say himself he wasn't sure if there would be any more head coaching jobs available, which is a little bit of bullshit in my mind, because every season there is at least 4 head coaching jobs available. So yeah, he could stay with the Eagles, chase another Super Bowl, see what's around next year. He's been in line for a head coaching job for the last few years, since he's been with the Dallas Cowboys as their offensive coordinator, and they had some absolute baller seasons with him at the helm. And obviously the Eagles just won the Super Bowl. Very strong team in the past 2 years that he's been with them. But yeah, I think he chases another ring, maybe gets another one, and then test the water, and he'll definitely be in line right there for a job. But yeah, good luck to him. Good luck to Kellen Moore. I hope he does some really good things in New Orleans. I hope he gets that organization back on track. And yeah, that's all I got to say about that. The next piece of news that we have is that also coming out of New Orleans, Darren Rizzi. He was the special teams coordinator. He was also one of the faces of the new cooked up dynamic kickoff. So this guy knows ball. He knows what he's doing. Was made interim head coach midway through the season when they fired their head coach. A couple of players wanted him to become the head coach in the next season. He did apply for it. Obviously didn't get it. And so he is going to be meeting back up with Sean Payton, who, yes, was the New Orleans Saints coach while Darren Rizzi was there. So Darren Rizzi is going to the Denver Broncos to be their special teams coordinator. And he was actually with Sean Payton in 2019, 2020, and 21. So they know each other very well. Sean Payton obviously has a lot of faith in this man. So let's go Broncos. I believe they're still paying Russell Wilson this next season, but they're in they're climbing out of that hole. A team with a, first year coach or whatever. Well, first year with the team. And then you've got a rookie quarterback. Go to the playoffs. Very, very good stuff. I'm hoping Darren Rizzi has some great success in Denver with Sean Payton. And I would like Bo Nix to really show that he is a dude. Before the start of the season, I don't particularly watch college. I watch the combine, and then I watch highlight clips of the top prospects to understand what kind of players these guys are, and then I make my own judgments. I did think that Bo Nix was going to go into a very good situation with Sean Payton and be the offensive rookie of the year. Unfortunately, that didn't pan out. There was two people in front of him, at least two people in front of him, I believe. There was Jaden Daniels and Brock Bowers, maybe Malik Neighbors as well. But a great campaign from the Denver Broncos and Bo Nix. And then we'll get to the next piece of news. What is it? The Texans. They have hired a new offensive coordinator. His name is Nick Caley. This is the man. D'Amico Ryans believes that he, and I quote, will get them over the hump. And what over the hump means is some playoff wins and an AFC championship showing up. I believe that's what he means. I think he believes they can take the Super Bowl. Might take a little bit of work before they get to that. But maybe Nick Caley can help. Caley spent much of his tenure in the NFL with New England. He was an offensive assistant and a tight ends coach. This guy has worked with the great Gronkowski. So he knows what's going on. He's been part of that franchise when they won 2 Super Bowls. And then in 23 and 24, he moved over to the Rams, where I believe he ended up as the pass game coordinator. So he knows what he's doing. The pass game for the Rams saved them this season. If you watch that last stretch from them and the playoff games, they have a great kind of core. Unfortunately, as you've seen from my shorts in the news, that Cooper Kupp is being shopped. I believe that he will end up in Jacksonville, having spent time with Liam Cohen, the new head coach there. Liam Cohen was the offensive coordinator for the Rams while Cooper Kupp has been there. So that link just leads me to believe that he will end up in the Jags. But that is here nor there, and it is definitely not Nick Caley, because this man, again, has known the Rams. Cooper Kupp might go to the Texans, actually. Just thinking about this now. So it's either going to be the Texans or the Jags, I believe. And he's going to get some shit rolling. Rolling. I don't know what the cap is like for the Houston Texans, but I do know that the Jacksonville Jags have $35 million to play with. They're just trying to finalize their search for a GM, which I believe they should finish by the end of the month, because we have the combine at the end of February. So they need to wrap that up quick. Last news I saw was that they were in the second round of interviews. So we'll see what's going to happen with Cooper Kupp, and we'll see what's going to happen with the Texans. Can this guy get another Super Bowl ring with Houston? Get him their first one. That'd be exciting. That'd be an amazing story for D'Amico Ryans. Next up, The Jets, they're moving on from Aaron Rodgers. He was released by the team. He's currently a free agent. There's no word been mentioned whether or not he's even interested in continuing to play for an organization outside of the Jets. Before he was released, he did state at the end of the season that he was interested in staying with the Jets to mentor a new quarterback. I do believe he was on the books. I haven't checked if he is going to be getting paid next season by the Jets because of this. But yeah, it's all up in the air. People are saying, where's Aaron Rodgers going to go? I think it really depends if he wants to play. It's not where will he go, it's will he play. For the past 2 to 3 seasons, he's been mulling over if he really wants to continue. Not sure if he wants to go out on a down year like he did. But he might just be facing the facts and say, hey, the body's kind of getting old. I can still spin it, but, don't really want to be taking hits. Got the rest of my life to live. Don't want to take a serious injury. Might just enjoy myself. Be cool to see A-Rod get another Super Bowl, but it's very, very unlikely that happens. But I'm not a fortune teller. I'm just very good at seeing trends, and I do believe he's either done or he will have a semi-okay career somewhere else. I don't think he'll ever stop playing football for a season and then come back and play. I think if he's in, he's in, and if he's out, he's out, and that's it. Good luck to the man. So on that news, we just need to wait to hear from this guy on whether he wants to play next season. And that's it. And that is it. New regime don't want him. They don't need that drama. Next up, the Dolphins have released running back Raheem Mostert after 3 seasons with the team. They also released tight end Durham Smythe. It's Smythe, so I'm saying Smythe, but it could very much be Smith. He's been with the team for 7 years, his whole NFL career, and they also did release cornerback Kendall Fuller. He is a 9-year journeyman cornerback in the league. So the Dolphins making some changes. I didn't look to see how this affects their cap space, etc., but they might be either shopping for a running back or trying to get one in this upcoming draft. Maybe they saw something they liked. Maybe they've seen something they liked. Next piece of news coming out of Dallas. Micah Parsons says he wants the Cowboys to be more aggressive this offseason in acquiring new talent and working towards the goal of a Super Bowl for Dallas. He believes that their roster is very strong. He believes that with just a couple of good pieces, they can actually make a run for it with Dak at the helm, which is a very, very likely possibility. When that man is healthy, he plays MVP football. He's that kind of caliber of a guy. So this Dallas defense, I don't think the statistics said they were very good, but they were still something to be worried about every week. They just couldn't stop the run, honestly. They've got new head coach Brian Schottenheimer. Again, go and watch that video. Head coaching situations at PFAU, YouTube. Like this video, drop a comment on what you think or who you think should go to the Cowboys. Who do you think? And do you think Aaron Rodgers will play? Yeah. Anyways, he wants them to be more aggressive. That's a tough call with Jerry Jones at the helm. I think they are $200K over the cap. So they're going to have to do some reworks and some adjustments. They're going to have to do something to get under cap if they're going to be, inverted commas, aggressive about getting new talent there this offseason. I think they really need a wide receiver. And they need linebackers, I think. Or some D-line. They got to do something about that run. Either way, kind of tough thing to do when you got Jerry Jones. And he doesn't want to pay people what they're worth. So people don't just want to go to Dallas. He's got to figure that out. Next, we got a feel-good moment. A feel-good moment in the same division. Saquon Barkley, at that parade, he spotted a ball boy. Here he is. This is the best quality video I could get. There he is. Saquon spots the ball boy. He's like, yo, what are you doing? Are you not invited here? And he's like, no. He pulls him over the rails. Says, bro, you're part of our win. You deserve to celebrate with us. Let's go. Another example of Saquon Barkley just being an absolute great guy. How could you not like this guy? So happy that he got a Super Bowl. So happy for him. Just again, like it's like the fifth thing we've heard this season of him just being an absolute lad. Gotta love it. You really do have to love it. Yeah, fuck Philly though. Oh, fuck Philly. All right. Final piece of news that I wanted to go over was the important NFL dates. We right now have passed the Super Bowl. So what's next? Because if we scroll all the way down to fucking past July, I do believe the league season starts in September. I don't know why they're just like not giving me the full schedule. Not giving me the full schedule. The season definitely does not start in July. But yeah, here we are again with an extremely long off season. So the next important days that we're looking at, namely some free agency, namely some combine stuff, namely the draft, the chance for every team to get a little bit better. So here we go. February 24 to March the 3rd. NFL Scouting Combine. End of the month, start of the month. Get ready for it. It is only 1 week away, actually. It is only 1 full week away. It's going to be exciting. I do love the draft. We're going to be trying to cover a little bit of it. Got to figure out how to get around some copyright strike stuff. But yeah, I'll be having my thoughts on the players that I watch. I'll be trying to show you guys what I'm seeing, what I'm looking at, and we'll make some predictions as to who's going to be a guy if they go to a good situation. It's like a people zoo, but I know the combine doesn't relate to Hall of Famers or All Stars or All Pros, but it is a good starting point to see where players are at and to see how they develop and their potential to plug and play into a system and be a dog, be a contributor, be a fucking guy. So I'll be looking forward to that. I hope you're looking forward to that. Next, March 4 is the deadline for clubs to designate a franchise or transition tag to players. Then we have 12th of March, the 2025 league year and free agency signing period begins at 4 p.m. New York time. So the reason this is after the combine, teams understand what they need. They've finished their season. They're going through their rosters. They're like, who can we release before the certain date to save some money? What are we going to do about our cap? They go to the combine. They scout some dudes. They look at their own draft position. They say, hey, we think we can get this guy. We'd like this guy. We'd like this. These are our team needs. This is what we're looking for in players. If they see something they like, then that's seemingly not a hole that they need to fill in free agency. And if they don't see something they like, or they are unable to attend to something that they need, they can sign players before the combine to guarantee themselves at least some talent on their squad that they've scouted for, which then might give them a little more freedom within the draft to hone in on what they particularly want and maybe get a steal. Maybe get some good talent. Next up, where is the NFL draft is at the end of April. I'm sorry that you have 2 months from the combine until the draft, which is I feel like that's a pretty long time, a long time for draft stock to shift and change. It gives a lot of time for injured players to have their own pro day, i.e. Brock Bowers from last season. Don't think he attended the draft, but what he did was he didn't attend like combine. I'm sorry, but he did do his own pro day. I think he was recovering from an injury, so that's a good amount of time for players to get seen by teams in their own buildings that they're used to. And then obviously the draft is on the April 24th to the 26th, so that should be the focus of this should be the focus of the Sean Show episode 2, or at least what everybody's thinking. And that's what we'll be looking at moving forward. Now, that's all I actually had to talk about. Yes, it's time to say goodbye. That was Sean Show, season 1. We'll be back very soon, streaming to multi-platforms for season 2. Be more exciting. We'll have better information, we'll have better statistics, we'll have better graphics, we'll have just more frequency, more shorts. We'll try to boom the channel a little bit while I do have some stuff in the real world cooking for myself. Hopefully all of this comes to fruition, but the thing that will truly be coming to fruition is the Sean Show season 2. That's right, I'm not giving you a date. I'm not giving you a date. There's going to be some better thumbnails. If you are interested, please go back and look at the Sean Show podcast playlist. What you're seeing right now is an amalgamation of all of the episodes. I've been using one paint file for all of these thumbnails, and you'll see it went from clean to this absolute mess. That was the Sean Show season 1, a low effort affair, but now we're starting to get into a stride, so to speak. So please like the video, subscribe to the channel. That really helps. I'm trying to get to 50. Like, is that too much to ask? I'm just trying to get to 50, and I think I need one more. So if you've made it through this video, or at least this episode, please hit that subscribe button, and then we'll make a new goal of 100. Shit. But yeah, we're going to be more loud next season. We're going to be more produced. We're going to have graphics. We're going to have information. We're going to be covering a lot more stuff. So keep an eye out on the channel. And appreciate yourselves. Appreciate others. Be a great human and have an even greater time. Peace out, everyone. Peace the fuck out. Season 1 done.